Pixar and Blue Sky better be looking over their CG shoulders because the guys at Blur Studio are here to show why they're the next 3D animation powerhouse. Plus, Brendan dusts off his Hugo Boss tux for the Star Wars Fan Film Awards. And I'd like to thank my third-grade classmates for ostracizing me. And finally, Justin Lambros of LucasArts is here, and he's got the power of the dark side behind him. Now it's time for a program whose motto is, if it bleeds, we can kill it. It's Attack of the Show!
Pick up on this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Attack of the Show.
Yes, happy Monday.
Yeah, same to you, buddy. Good weekend?
Good weekend.
Any craziness? Debauchery?
You know, not really.
Speeding tickets?
Just a lot of hanging out and relaxing on the weekend. It was a beautiful weekend here in L.A.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. I spent it all indoors. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Same here.
Pretty much.
It's kind of the thing. Like, we just sit at the
open
computer.
the shutters. Yeah, it looks pretty nice outside.
That's right.
Back to Guild Wars. Sarah, how about yourself? Good weekend?
Good weekend. Yeah, it was great.
Did you go outside, enjoy the sun?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Sorry
nice.
to hear that.
Yeah, you should try it sometime.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm happy inside.
Yeah.
Gems of the Internet are today. Very excited
yes.
about that. And I also wanted to remind all of you out there to make sure you get your user createds in either tonight or tomorrow morning at the absolute latest. That's the deadline if you want to be featured on the show.
What's the, I don't remember the user created this
I don't
week.
either.
Isn't it like
What
the intros or something like that? Isn't it intros for the show, I think?
Yeah, like, you know, like what you just saw
Yes.
with the ghosts.
Yeah, like the Pac-Man thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.
Yeah,
but first, we want to show something interesting. We were talking about the tiger. We showed it off on Friday.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that you'd seen shots of Longhorn and that it wasn't nearly as pretty.
I
and,
wasn't too stoked on it.
well, PCMag.com put out their screenshots. I don't know if these were the same ones that you saw. But, yeah, not the prettiest shots in the world. For example, the My Computer view. Let's pull this up here. Hopefully it loads. There we go. You can see they're not really going for style over the substance there.
yeah, this is the problem I have with Longhorn. I mean, it's just
pretty bright red drive bars.
I know it's beta, and
Right.
there can be changes. They can do whatever they want. They can add new skins if they want.
Yeah.
But it's just nasty.
They got a lot of cleanup to do. I mean, look at just the start bar alone with all the apps
I know.
in there.
This is one of the things. Like, look at these. There's little folders embedded within a folder that you can expand, and then it has a scroll bar within your start bar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. And then finally, I'll show off the search function here. Like the words aren't even within the box. I'm sure they'll obviously extend that. They'll fix that. But it's like, look at this search. This search function does not look user friendly at all. You know, Spotlight, which Scott demoed on Friday, you click a button, you type it in.
It's beautiful.
You're done. You don't have to. I mean, this is like 14 boxes, if-then statements.
Well, the whole thing is they removed the WinFS file system from, Longhorn.
Right.
So we're not going to see that instant, like, real-time, like, index search results like you're going to get with Tiger. But, at least they got rid of that dog, though. You know what I'm talking about?
I would rather have the dog than 40 drop-down boxes.
The dog
At least
always
one
kind of
pooch
bothered
took
me,
care of
though.
it. Really?
Well, he was sitting there and he was wasting CPU
puppy.
cycles. He was waving and stuff. And you're just like, just search, find my files.
He's a little puppy.
I don't know. That's one of my big problems with freaking Windows. It takes too long to find anything.
I know. I agree. So not looking good for Longhorn, unfortunately.
Yeah, not looking too good. A website that I found that I thought was pretty interesting this weekend is Boxed Thoughts, and it allows people to post anonymous, like, streams of consciousness, if you will.
All right.
So you get, basically, as a user, you get one of these boxes every 4 hours all to yourself. So we can do new thought right here. And then this is our little, it's a 100 pixel by 100 pixel box.
That's all you get.
It's all you get. And then you put your, I want a dashed border. You can pick the colors that you want. And then go ahead and type in something. Just something that's off the top of your head.
All right. We're live and wasting airtime.
There we go.
All right.
That works.
Okay, done. That's
now
typed
scroll
in.
down and click submit.
Come on now.
And
so
now,
you can throw. Oh, there it is.
There it is. So it's the first one there. You can change the different colors. And the cool thing is, if you click on it, it'll pull up your entire thought process. So you can have a stream of different thoughts that you keep on the site.
Oh, now what's to stop someone from just logging in and posting thoughts
Every 4 hours. You only get to do it every 4 hours.
Ah, okay.
And you're supposed to, it's not one of those things where you go and just like, plug sites or use it for spam.
Sure.
It kind of gives you an idea of what other people are thinking. Like, look at it. I hate my teacher.
I want to go home. I wish Netflix would carry the Good Eats DVDs. I wonder if our producer posted that.
They probably. Totally. But
Joshua
it's a lot of
Brentano.
fun. It's going to go open source next week, and they're still accepting free registrations right now. I know they're going to close off the registrations at some point.
Good.
But it's worth checking out. It's a fun website to waste some time
Get
on.
in there. The what is it? The boxthoughts.com. All right, now, you know, our show has like themes. If there's something involving the PSP, we got to talk about
Gotta
it.
talk about it.
iMacs or iPods or anything. Got to
Anything
talk
Apple
about it.
would
Anything
bring it on.
Apple.
Yes.
Big fanboys. Now, one common thread that's really come up lately is kittens. Whether it's putting stuff on your cat.
Yeah,
or...
you like the kittens.
I love the kittens. You love the kittens.
I like
Sarah
kittens.
loves the kittens. We all
Sarah's
love the
a huge
kittens, right?
kitten fan.
Love kittens. Yeah.
You're gonna love this one. Kittenwar.com, Sarah. Have you seen this one yet?
Haven't seen it.
Pretty simple. Pull up the site. You got a picture of a kitten on the left, picture of a kitten on the right. You choose which is the cutest kitten.
The little cat with the helmet on is awesome.
Isn't he good? Look at the little guy with
That's
the
going to be my new little avatar icon.
But now, which one do you want? Wait, left or right? Which one's cuter? I'm going to go with
No. It's not which one's
Smeagolham.
cuter. It's which one's going to win an award,
No,
right?
it's which one's the cutest kitten picture. This is a kitten war.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
war
I thought
of...
they were like, if they fought, like which one would win. But it's on cuteness.
The people in the booth are like, pick the orange one. The orange one's
Why?
cute.
Why
I don't know.
would they
I
do
actually
that?
like the Smeagolham one. It's cuter.
Yes,
I'm going with
go
it. I'm
down.
sorry. So you click, you vote, and assuming the site works and doesn't give you a PHP error, which it was giving me earlier, it'll tell you on the left-hand side. There we go.
There we go.
Turns out 52% agree with me, disagree with our booth, actually, that the little brown kitty was cuter.
Can you submit your own kitten?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Yes, you can. You just go a little submit a kitten. You send them in. Fluffy little guy. Little paws and little
MIT
whisker.
is announcing the first only time travelers convention. This is true.
Did you look at this little kitten in the sink? Hold on. Look at the little kitten in the sink.
Moving on to the next story.
All right, sorry. Time travel convention. This
time.
You're into
cool.
this. Go ahead.
No, it's cool because MIT is actually doing it.
Right.
They're doing it. The idea is that time travelers need only one convention. They don't need multiple conventions because they can always go back in time.
Travel on back to it.
So what they're doing is they're putting out this big release, and they're trying to get everyone to promote it so that future time travelers will know that the convention existed and then travel back into time to this one point in time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's coming up in just a few days. It's actually, it's May 7th.
Okay.
And it's at 10 p.m. Eastern on the MIT campus. And you're actually, if you go there and show up, and if this actually worked and enough people hear about it, and it's documented and people can look it up in the future, people might start appearing right in front of you.
While you're there.
While you're there.
Wow. Yeah.
MIT's doing it.
I'm glad you're
I'm
excited.
sorry, your
over it,
kitten
buddy.
war is so much cooler.
Hold on, you want to vote on another kitten?
No.
Oh, look at this little guy. He's kind of cute. And he doesn't have any competition yet. All right, anyway. Coming up, they're the next big name in 3D animation. Find out how Blur Studio went from doing game cinematics to creating Academy Award-nominated shorts. Kittenwar.com.
From groundbreaking game cinematics to Go for Broke, their Oscar-nominated short you just saw a clip of, Blur Studio has become a big player in the world of 3D animation. And here to talk about Blur Studio's meteoric rise, our founder Tim Miller and studio supervisor Jeff Fowler. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hello.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I understand that you're best known for game cinematics, although you've transcended somewhat recently.
I wouldn't say transcended because that makes it sound like they're a lesser thing, but they're not. I mean, we do a lot of game cinematics. We love doing them, but we also do commercials and film effects and the short films and anything that looks interesting for us. But the game cinematics sort of pound for pound offer the most creativity and cool stuff. We like guys in the industry. They tend to be pretty low-key and into the same sort of stuff that we are.
Absolutely. Now, what kind of 3D software are you guys using?
We're 3D Studio Max house.
3D Studio Max. It's a big favorite.
Yeah.
In the game world, yeah. And we've been using it since day one. I mean, when we started Blur 10 years ago, it was all about the desktop technology and that we could do this on our own without spending, $90,000 of workstation. So Max was, then it was 3D Studio DOS, but it was really the only thing out there that could do the kind of work that we wanted to do. So, and we just never switched.
And I understand as far as rendering goes, you have a proprietary render that you use.
Well, no. We use the Brazil renderer. It was developed from some ex-Blur guys, and we worked closely with them, but it's from Splatterfish.
It is?
Yeah, it's from Splatterfish, and it's ex-Blur guys, but we're not a part of their company. But we helped develop it, and we told them, you know, we had a lot of input in the early development of what we wanted. And it grew out of some internal software tools. Those guys wanted to do something more, so they left, because we don't want to be a software company.
Now, I know that you moved to shorts somewhat recently, and how was that transition? Was it, you know what you're doing already, why not get started, starting some shorts, animation?
Well, we've been working the short films, and this is the 3rd year now that we've done short films, so it's definitely a bonus, though, for the crew to kind of have complete creative say in what we're doing. So, I mean, a lot of our clients trust us to do that anyway, but when it comes to the short films, we really get to pretty much do every part of the process, from pre-production all the way through final sound mixing and all that.
It's completely creative.
Yeah.
Just whatever you want.
Right, and it allows us to move really fast as well, because we're not waiting for approvals on stuff. It's really just internally we're going back and forth, and we're, you know, just pulling people over and say, you know, how's this looking and how's this coming together, and it really allows us to work quickly, which is great.
But it's important for us to prove that we're creative place and not just there to do somebody else's vision.
Exactly.
So a lot of people come to us, and more so in the game world, to say, hey, here's the seed of an idea, take it to the next step. But if we want to do our final goal of all CG films, then we really have to prove that we can make up our own stories and get them onto the screen too. So, and in that sense, the game cinematics, more than any other type of work we do, really helps us prove that, because we're really telling stories. I mean, sometimes we're doing 10 or 15 minutes of material, and you know, it's a lot more feature film-like than, say, a 30-second commercial with agency people breathing down your neck. Yeah.
Well, and obviously people are noticing, because I understand Go for Broke was nominated for an Academy Award. That's got to feel good. You know you're doing something right.
Yeah, that was definitely a very cool thing. Had a lot of fun. The month of February was very exciting times.
Very exciting.
Yeah, we've done 4 films. 3 of them have been shortlisted, and every time we got a little woody, because it's so exciting to be shortlisted. This was the first time we broke through and got a nomination. So, you know, Jeff was hoping it would help him with the ladies, but you know, but the best thing is just for the studio, for people to see that it gets us on a whole different set of radars to do the short.
You're like, why'd you say that?
Yeah, the creative stuff's just a bonus. Right?
It's the ladies.
Yeah.
Animation is fun, but it's the chicks. It's the chicks that you get.
I know why you guys are in the business.
That's
okay.
right, man. And you know what? Animators get a lot of chicks. It's not well known in the industry, but
it's hard.
We got groupies around the studio.
Absolutely. Now, E3 is coming up. What do you guys have going on at E3? Can we expect something fun?
All sorts of cool stuff.
We got so much. I'm controlling my language. Sorry. We got so much stuff at E3. Yeah, we're doing.
I know what that's code for.
We're doing cinematics for a whole bunch of stuff. So if you walk around the floor, you'll see our work on. There's a game from Flagship called Hellgate, which is like futuristic Knights Templars and Demons of Hell. We're doing 2 cinematics for Company of Heroes, which is a game from Relic. We're doing Aeon Flux for based on the movie. So we've got Charlize Theron and a bunch of cinematics. We're doing a game for Sega. We're also doing a game commercial for Activision's Fantastic Four game.
So you guys have a ton of stuff going on.
Oh,
you
yeah,
go on and on.
We're going to own E3. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Good to have you, and we love your work.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You can see more of Blur Studios' award-winning animations on their website at blur.com. Now, on the way, Kevin Rose drags out some dark deals out of the shadows and into the light. And we're showing the winners of the Star Wars fan film competition. But in this kind of contest, are there really any losers? Don't answer that.
People who make fan films are a strange breed, because for all their hard work, they're probably never going to see a dime. Instead, it's about love for all things Star Wars. Here's some more from Star Wars Celebration 3.
This is not the license you're looking for. No, I need to see your license and your issue.
This gets better every time we see it.
Now, one of the really big events here at Star Wars Celebration 3 are the fan films. There's 140 entries from all over the world. and they have to be kind of like a lighthearted spoof on the whole Star Wars saga. Or else George Lucas will sue them.
The winner of the 2005 Spirit of Fandom Award is Mark Rossiano for Boba.
And I'd like to thank my cat Harper, who pretty much is stealing the show.
It's my privilege to honor and give the best original song to Timothy Edward Smith for one season more.
Way far, far away.
I'm just blown away and really just kind of speechless. I want to thank my... it's goofy at times, but it takes itself seriously at times too, so we've just got a lot of great feedback.
And every new day.
Now, since the fan films are supposed to be kind of funny, there's a lot of pop culture references. Thankfully, this year, there was no Paris Hilton. The winner of the Crossover Spoof Award this year, however, goes to Anakin Dynamite. God, idiots!
Hey, Anakin, what'd you do last summer? I told you, I spent it in Tatooine hunting Tusken Raiders. Did you kill any? Yes, like 50 of them. What'd you use? A freaking lightsaber, what do you think?
Who did the character Anakin Dynamite?
That was a friend of mine's, John Baker.
He's really, really good.
He's the guy. I mean, there's very little acting. That's almost him.
Lightsaber skills, speeder bike skills, Jedi mind trick skills. You know, skills. God.
This is the Fan Film Awards. This is the film that you guys picked.
John Hutchins is the first.
You three are going to put on a talent show.
No, Artie, you can't read the winner. Nobody understands what you say. The Best Comedy Award is Robert Reeves for Cheap Seats.
Woo! 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 Woo!
What? We did? Oh, okay.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Seeing Star Wars for the first time when I was about 9 years old in '77 made me want to be a filmmaker.
Now, speaking of Mr. Lucas, he actually gives his blessing to the whole fan film thing. And this year, he's actually picked a winner. It's called For the Love of the Film, which is kind of ironic because it's arguably better than Episode 1.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my...
Traveling through hyperspace ain't like dust and crops, boy. Without precise calculations, you could fly right through a star, bounce off a supernova, and that end your trip real quick now, wouldn't it?
The winner of this year's award is For the Love of Film by Barry Curtis and Troy Metcalf.
That George Lucas would actually say my name and not be cursing me in like a traffic accident. You know, that it would be in a good way is just mind-blowing to me.
I know it's closer than before, but I'll be waiting here one season more.
Oh, you okay?
Gets me every time.
Once you get that song in your head, it's tough to get it out.
A lot of work going into those things, man.
Yeah, they're very good.
No, it's incredible work, but is there a payoff? Like, what's the reward? Are there prizes for different categories?
It all depends on kind of what category it is. Some of them are sponsored, some of them are not. It's a couple, I think $1,000. And they all get a nice little, R2 and 3PO kind of gold statuette.
Very nice.
Which actually isn't gold.
Definitely worth the price of admission.
Yes. And Anna Films is behind it. If you want to see more of those, all the winners, they've got them in their entirety. Go to our show notes. And we will provide you with links through the internet, Kevin.
Oh, it's a great place for the links, too.
I thought that was a good idea.
It is. The feed is actually up next, Brendan. So try not to look it directly in the eye. It gets a little angry.
I will. Okay. And Kevin Rose's Dark Deal is guaranteed to save you a couple of cents.
Nice. Nice of him. right, welcome back. Coming up, we force choke LucasArts producer Justin Lambros until he spills the beans on the Revenge of the Sith game. That's not very nice of us to go around choking people. But we get the good footage.
That's good.
Yeah. Plus, you want to get your standard DVD player to play HD, do ya? Well, then step right up, kid. I'm going to show them how to do it.
I've got it. It's awesome.
Yeah. And stick around because later this week, our Boost Mobile Live Music Friday guests are the Schoolgirls. Now, Kevin's combed the web and clipped countless coupons to bring you today's Dark Deals. All right, what do you got?
I tried my best today. Don't make fun of me. There's. I
haven't even said a word
yet. About to, I could tell.
What? I didn't.
Kidding.
All right, what do you have?
No. I was looking on the web. I found a couple really practical kind of dark deals.
All right.
Good. So have you ever had it when the...
Oh, my... Are you serious?
Hold on. I got to bring you into this. When the power goes out in your house and you lose all your data, you were working on something or you're playing a very important game.
Absolutely.
Well, then you need an UPS. You know what UPS is, right?
Yes.
Uninterruptible power supplies. Yeah. Well, anyway, here's one from Office Depot. Normally these things are like 50, 60, 70 bucks.
Yes.
This one here, it'll keep your computer running for about 5 minutes after the power goes out. It's $19.99.
Oh, see, I paid like almost $100 for my little APC black box like ages ago.
Yeah,
so.
you probably need a new one. Those batteries go out after a while.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, so this is probably a good deal for you.
Not bad.
20 bucks.
Okay.
And then
it'll actually keep my computer running? Like it's powerful enough?
For a few minutes.
Long enough to save the Word doc.
Right, exactly. We're not talking like you're going to be able to game on this thing for like a half hour or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, just for a few minutes that you need to save your data.
Very nice.
The next device, you've heard of those memory card readers, like the 8-in-1, like you can use like different... How about a 42-in-1 memory card reader?
They even have 42 different types
Look at
of
this
memory?
right here.
Jeez.
This is it right here. Now, it's a little deceiving. Basically, here's all the different formats that it can read. Look at this. Compact Flash 1, 2, Extreme 3, Compact Flash Pro, IBM Microdrive.
There's memory stick and SD and all that other jazz?
Memory stick Pro, Duo Pro, Magic Gate, Magic Gate Pro. Basically, it supports pretty much every known format in the universe. And it's cheap. It's USB. It's $17.99.
That is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal, especially when like there's so many different formats out there. It's nice to always have one of these with you.
We showed off one of those like multiple readers in bay units on Friday's show, and that was complicated to hook up to your computer. So
well,
that's
you have
really
to put in the 5.25 bay though too, right?
Well, yeah. Then you have to connect all sorts of different things. For one USB, that's very nice.
One USB goes in your backpack. Perfect little thing, $17.99.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah.
Glad you liked it.
Good deal.
That you were gonna like them.
No, I dig it.
If you want to any of these deal links, you can visit our show notes. We'll have all of them right there for you.
All right, now the feed is here to drop some knowledge on you.
A California nursery school has broken down a significant barrier by admitting its first mechanical American student. That's right, Sony's Curio robot is in class to learn, play, and gather enough data on our weaknesses to expedite our eventual defeat and enslavement. Researchers attend class with Curio, studying whether or not robots can live in harmony with humans. The other students apparently have gotten over their initial apprehension and are now treating it, quote, like a feeble younger brother. Feeble younger brothers worldwide now fear that they will be replaced by cheaper computerized labor. So it goes. With the media focused on the U.S.'s messy problems in the Middle East, we've completely ignored how badly we've been screwing over our polite neighbors to the north. First, thanks to our foreign policy, Canadians have had to suffer the indignity of obnoxious American frat guys pretending to be them while overseas. Then, due to the pricey expansion into places like Tampa Bay and Phoenix, the NHL is forced to shut down. And now this. After taking a stand and rejecting the DMCA, or Digital Millennium Copyright Act, Canada has had its rejection rejected by the U.S. government. America feels the world needs stricter intellectual property protection and is asking Canada to accept the DMCA and revise its current policies. So best download those Alanis Morissette MP3s while you can, hey? When you're a computer geek who's ready for the show, you get named a Microsoft Certified Professional. But American computer science majors may want to switch over to studying 18th century French poetry or something, because the latest recipient is from Pakistan, and she's a girl, and she's 9 years old. That's right. Arfa Karim, the youngest person ever named an MCP, was given a new computer by Microsoft in honor of her achievement and a promise that the company would maintain a keen interest in her academic development, which we think was the exact same thing Senator Palpatine said to Anakin Skywalker in Episode 1. And now all of a sudden the Nintendo DS is outselling the PSP, the PlayStation 2, the Game Boy Advance, the GameCube, and the Xbox combined in Japan. Why the sudden surge? a little something called Nintendogs. This next-gen Tamagotchi has become so popular, it's largely responsible for 95,000 DSs being sold during the last week of April alone. Also, 3 Nintendog titles, Shiba and Friends, Miniature Dachshund and Friends, and Chihuahua and Friends, placed in the top 10 for software sales. However, the downside is that this has led to a generation of Japanese children who now think the best way to get a puppy's attention is to jab it in the eye with a stylus. Don't know how that's going to go, but we'll get back to you on that. For now, that's it for the feed. Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Man, congrats to Nintendo.
Yeah.
The Nintendogs.
It's huge, I guess.
Selling like hotcakes.
I saw it. We had the one version of it here, and
Yeah.
it looked interesting. I mean, I don't know if
I can understand it. It was in Japanese, but
yeah,
you know,
but, I mean, you can click on the dogs and they do stuff.
I think you can squirt it with a bottle too, which is always good fun.
Yeah.
There's a game in there somewhere too.
Interesting.
Right on. After these urgent commercial messages, yes, it is possible to get HD programming on your ordinary DVD player. We're going to show everybody how. And who cares about the movie? We have a peek at Episode 3, the video game.
The Feed is brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Navy, accelerate your...
All right, he's been working hard to bring you the most realistic lightsaber action possible without losing his own limbs. Justin Lambros is here to talk about the new LucasArts game, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Justin, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. Excited to be here.
Thanks for coming on. Now, so tell me about the game. Give me the PR spin. What is the Episode 3 all about?
It's the ultimate Jedi action experience. I mean, we want to drop people right into the world of the movie and give them all the cool lightsaber moves, the fantastic Force powers, let them be Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker.
Now, how close is this to the actual movie? How close does the game get?
Well, you know, we wanted to make sure we covered the key action sequences, the epic lightsaber duels. You know, you get to live those and experience those. But in addition to that, we actually go beyond it in a lot of ways. We show more things that Obi-Wan and Anakin did, expand on scenes, show scenes that, you know, might not have made it to the final cut of the film.
All right. Now, I mean, is this tough? I mean, like, is this right to release a game like this that might be spoiler-laden before the movie? I mean, are you worried that fans are going to pick it up and then maybe be angry, or you think fans are going to pick it up because they want to see what the movie's going to have in it?
Well, there's a legion of fans that have already read the comic book. They've read the novelization and stuff. And what we've really worked hard to make sure is this game is complementary to the film. You know, it's a kind of an extended sneak preview. We show a lot of the big cool things, but there's some things all the fans know are going to happen, and we want to, the core of our game is the Obi-Wan Anakin, conflict and their relationship, and so that's what we really focus on. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in the film that we don't even touch upon.
Right. Now you get to play as both characters in the
Yes.
game, correct? Now how does that work? You're not controlling both at the same time. It's not a co-op thing, right?
No, it's a single-player story mode where we alternate. You know, they start together in the film, but then their paths lead a separate way, and so we kind of choose for you and you play. And then there is a cooperative mode and also a two-player versus. So there is some multiplayer in the game.
Good. Now, in order to design a game like this, you obviously had to have access to, the ILM materials. So did you, pirate the script off an FTP site? Did you break in through a Windows SWAT style, or did they actually give you the info?
This was a great collaboration between all the Lucas companies, actually. From the earliest concept art, Lucasfilm, invited us up to Skywalker Ranch to check that out.
Nice.
We had members of the design and art team on.
Did they have llamas at the ranch? Did you get to pet any llamas, or no?
It's all animatronic.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And so we had members of the game team that were on site at Sydney when they were shooting, the filming the big duel. And once the film made it to ILM, we had access to all the digital assets, the shot in progress, so we could get all the latest reference and really keep up with that.
Oh, great.
In addition, we even had Skywalker Sound do all the sound for our in-game cinematics as well as the film footage in the game. So we really, we all worked together to make sure we got this thing that was really authentic to the film.
Right. Well, if they gave you access to the assets, do you get to click and drag a ship model that one of the guys is working on, or like, oh, here's a droid, let's just drop that into 3D Studio and pop it into the game? Or
it would have been beautiful if that could have happened, but I mean, a little ship that for us is just flying through the background. It's a gig and a half of textures, and it's this amazing stuff. So it's a wonderful reference, and we're able to get all this stuff and kind of compress it down. We would have melted all Xboxes and PlayStation 2s across the country had we put these assets on the game.
Now I'm seeing some great motion capture there, like with the moves. Was it motion capture, or was that all hand animated?
Actually, it was all hand animated. What we did is we spent a week with the stunt coordinator Nick Gillard, who did all the fight choreography for the 3 prequel films, and so we studied all the moves. He taught our animators and our combat designers all the art of the Jedi combat. So we were able to do this stuff, and so they could work together to create stuff, replicate stuff from the film, but then go beyond it and stay true to his vision.
Now, why would you go with hand animation for something like that? I mean, it looks incredibly fluid. I mean, so the end result is great, but why hand animate?
Well, one of the big things was making sure that this game felt right. The combat system was really, it was important that it was deep and it felt good. And you know, the developers at the Collective who did the game for us, they have been working a long time with this system. And so for them, they knew that it's a lot of play between the animators and the combat designers to get the combos right, to get the feel right, to balance the boss duels and everything. So we were able to tweak up to the last minute instead of, you know, working with stuff we were stuck with in motion capture. We were able to from the ground up.
Very nice. Now, what about actors? Any star power behind this? Any involvement with them?
It was great, actually. The week that we spent with Nick, Hayden Christensen came for a couple days as well to work with us. So we got, you know, inside the head of Anakin Skywalker. I mean, he had all the muscle memory from when he was, you know, his 11 weeks of lightsaber training that he had, and he could still wield the saber quite nicely. So we were, you know, really getting inside the head of the character.
Was he slicing up interns and breaking off his chairs?
We actually had, we had our, you know, our animation team around him, and he was just taking them down one by one, just showing off all the things he could do. It was really cool.
That's great. Now, you mentioned a multiplayer mode earlier on, and I want to touch on that real quick. What kind of, you know, multiplayer features are there? Is this an unlockable thing, or is it from the beginning we can pick up 2 controllers and play?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from the beginning there's a couple different modes. There's a cooperative mode, which you can start from the beginning, but as you unlock, go through the story mode, you can unlock more and more cooperative levels. In addition to that, my favorite part is the 2-player versus duel. So every time you beat one of those, you know, really tough guys like, you know, Count Dooku or something like that, you unlock him and then your friends can play. So you start with Obi-Wan and Anakin, but then you'll have a total of 9 characters and about 15 arenas that you can battle in to really kind of show who's got the most Jedi skills.
And no little Lego characters in this one, right?
No, this is all, you know, look, sound, feeling. This is authentic to the film.
Good. And what's the release date, Justin? When's this
May 5th.
May 5th. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be on the lookout for it. Thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right, make sure you check out Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, especially if you want enough spoilers to fill a Star Destroyer. They'll be there. Next up, Sarah's Gems of the Internet are going to leave an enormous smoking crater when they plunge to the Earth, and get your ordinary average DVD player to pack some serious HD punch.
On May 19th, the Jedi must unite.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
To fight the ultimate battle. Crush them! Against the evil Sith Lord. And his new apprentice, Darth Vader.
Oh, no.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Tomorrow's show is contractually obligated to blow you away. Randy Solom, the creator of a video game fan fiction flash site, will be here. And I almost said slash fiction right there, which would have been wrong. Google it. You aren't sick of Star Wars yet, are you? Oh, thank God, because we were starting to doubt our focus groups there. Brandon gets deeper inside Star Wars Celebration Trace. And quick, you distract our legal team while we show you how to make a gun using magnets and little metal balls. That's tomorrow's Attack of the Show.
Kev, it looks like a DVD player, doesn't it?
It is, right? I mean,
it's actually quite more than a DVD player.
Oh,
This is the Buffalo Link Theater. I'm going to tell you what exactly it can do.
All right, let's hear it. Plays DVDs.
It plays DVDs.
So it's a DVD player.
Right, okay, so it is a DVD player.
All right.
But it does so much more. It plays DVDs. It plays, let's say, WMA files. DivX files, DivX HD.
What about XVID? Can I throw out an XVID?
XVID.
Oh, nice.
So it basically covers so many different formats. There's VCDs, there's there's MP3s, the WMAs, JPEGs, GIFs, TIFFs, you name it. It's kind of an all-in-one device.
No QuickTime though. Just
No
want to throw that
QuickTime.
out there, not to put a damper on the celebration.
No
but
QuickTime, no MPEG-4 either. So
yeah.
that's two. But
all right, but it did get quite a few codecs there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it got quite a few codecs. And one of the cool things about it, though, is it's one of the first players out there that actually supports the HD codecs.
Very nice.
With both the WMA and the DivX side of things, which we haven't seen a lot of. But not only that, it's a wireless device as well. So it's an 802.11g device that actually connects to your home network and then can stream any of the files off of your computer right to the device out to your TV.
Oh, very nice. No
which
need
is
for
cool.
a hard drive or a separate media center PC or anything like that.
Exactly. And then if you have files like on the go, like take a look at the front of it right here, you can see that this is a little 1 gigabyte thumb drive. You can just plug that right in and it'll be able to access those files as well.
Oh, great, great.
As long as it's not like an NTFS partition.
Oh.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. So
right,
we're
it's
in
not.
luck.
So it works fine. So here it is right here. You
Oh,
can
look
see
at that beautiful menu,
it's
man.
beautiful.
Woo!
You fire it up. There's no disk in the drive. That's your thumb drive right there.
Yeah.
And this is a computer that we're connected to through 802.11g.
Right here,
so
okay.
We'll hit enter on that there. It's going to pull up the next menu.
Okay.
And we have our videos, our music, our photos, and the internet. So let's go to
Now, is this just calling this from all over the computer, or is you running proprietary software on the
There's an
PC?
application that's proprietary. It's not like you set up a share or anything like that.
Okay.
The application runs, and then you tell it what folder to look in for all this type of the videos or the music or the pictures. So here's an example right here. We'll go to the Magic of Flight. This is actually an HD file that we have. And it takes a second, connects to the computer, and there it goes. So it starts streaming it. And this
WMV HD codec, very nice.
Exactly. So this is playing through that. We can actually fast forward here. But one of the problems that I have with this is the menu system. It's a little clunky. If you want to go back to the main menu, you'd think, oh, let's just hit menu or top menu. Oh, wait, that's not working. It's chugging a little bit right now.
Oh, brilliant.
And then you have to hit stop and then return to go back. You can't go back to the main menu until you hit return a couple times. And, yeah, I know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, oh, this is awesome. It does all these formats. This is going to be really cool. But then there's some issues with it. We actually saw some HTML break in the code. When we were loading up a page, there was actually broken HTML.
It's like error menu not found or XML pointers.
Yeah, there was like some code you were actually seeing on the screen there. So the remote is not that good. Overall, it's nice that it supports all these different codecs, but getting around with the remote is a real pain in the butt to actually get it to work. The wireless is kind of cool. It supports, if you have web encryption, it'll connect to that as well.
Oh, very cool.
So it has component out the back.
So it's there, it's just it's a little sloppy right now.
So I would say
something they can fix with a firmware update?
Yeah, exactly. It does firmware upgrades over the internet. So if you actually connects to your wireless and goes out to the internet and downloads them.
Okay.
The version that we have right here, we tested out in our lab, and the lab actually really liked it. They enjoyed it. They gave it like a 3 out of 4. They thought it was great because it supported all of these different codecs.
3 out of 4?
Yeah, 3 out of 4.
Oh, okay.
But when we brought it into like a real world, like here with some interference and stuff like that, we're having some issues with the wireless. We're having some issues with the menu system. So I'd say good device. Just wait for the upgrade. Wait for the update to come out to patch a lot of these bugs.
Don't get it now and hope it comes out?
See, I would just wait till the next version.
All right, done.
But it's cool, and it's nice if you need HD content right now, this is the device you're probably going to want to buy, regardless of those problems.
There it is. Excellent review, excellent review. There we go. All right, now, Lawson Wong has a full write-up, right?
Yeah, he's the guy in the lab. He has a full write-up, so if you want to go to our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, you can read the full review there.
Very nice. Now they've recently been appraised and polished, Kevin. They're the gems of the Internet.
All right, Brendan. This is big.
How big?
Gems big.
Okay.
Gems big. Okay, let me pose a question to you. You a big barbecue fan?
I am.
You like to grill up some meat and use that whole barbecue type of...
I'm a jerk chicken
The coals.
guy.
The coals. You're a jerk chicken guy.
I'll do a kebab.
A kebab. All right, fair enough. Well, perhaps, you might want to reconsider because due to the Dolphin Bay Hotel's website, we now know how to cook with lava. That's right.
Oh.
Cook with lava from a volcano. That kind of lava. In fact, in the preparation, they say take 1 game hen or pork loin, whichever you choose, whatever you're in the mood for.
I'll choose a pork loin.
Some banana leaves. You need some, it says 2,000 Fahrenheit degree fresh lava.
Right.
You know, just as much as you need. And then, grill it on up. And we've even got some pictures over on the side. I mean, look at that chicken. Look at how beautiful that looks. All ashy and lava-like.
It cooks in 45 minutes, though.
Well,
I would think that lava would probably just rip right through that.
Well, it's sort of a slow-burning, carcinogenic type of a thing.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Slow roasting.
What if you don't have lava at your disposal, Sarah? What do you do then?
Unfortunately, you just have to
fly to Hawaii.
Covet those who live in Hawaii and their neighbors.
As I already do.
Yeah. Moving on. The thing that I don't like about stuffed animals, I really do like them, but it kind of reminds me of kids in sweatshops in China making them and putting them together. Yeah, because that stuff isn't well made. This is why I really enjoy men like this gentleman who has made his own collection of what he calls plushies.
And you think kids in sweatshops is disturbing, but this is okay with you.
Look how happy he is. He says, hello,
oh my God.
I've made them all. I've hand-stitched every one with love. They're for everyone here to see and enjoy. Now, he doesn't want to sell the plushies.
What is he doing to that one right there?
He loves him. That's Limnus, his Venusian euphex.
It's a good thing he kept his pants on for that one.
Look how happy that man is.
Oh.
I like men who can just say, I love plushies, I'm loud and proud, and he sews. That's another.
Put the
plus.
lotion in the basket, Sarah.
And finally, remember when you got drunk last week and told me you used to have a Malibu Skipper Barbie as a child?
I thought you forgot about that.
I didn't, and that's why the last gem is totally, entirely for you, because now Barbie isn't just, you know, Malibu Skippers and you know, girls in pink dresses and everything. Now, Electra Barbie, because I know you've got a thing for female superheroes. And for Barbie.
It's a power thing.
It is
it's a dominating
It's a power thing. And as Marvel comments, it says she's dressed in seductive, fiery red outfit that shows off her long,
she sure is.
dark hair. If you don't dig Electra, that's cool, because you can get Barbie as Catwoman, Wonder Woman Barbie, or even Barbie as Batgirl with a motorcycle.
You should show this to the guy with the plushie fetish.
I know you know that guy.
Help him out. Yeah.
Just stop
Uncle
now.
Phil, I told you, knock it off.
You can also find today's gem links, plus all my previous gems, because I know that you want to see them over and over again at g4tv.com/the Sarah Lane Files. I'm the gift that keeps on giving, Brennan.
That's what I say in the top line of the emails.
So much good time.
Stay where you are, folks, because no show is complete unless we check our email and the IRC chat room.
It wouldn't be complete. No, of course not.
All right, don't forget, from May 8th through May 21st, the Whip Set sweepstakes will be kicking off. Watch Street Fury and Formula D every night between the 8th and the 21st. And keep an eye out for sweepstake clues.
Ooh. There'll be 4 new clues every night. When you find them, enter them at g4tv.com/whipset sweepstakes, and you can win the grand prize, a $20,000 car makeover. Daily prizes include slim PS2s, game glass LCDs, and a lot more. So the more you enter, the better your chances are of winning something great. Check it out.
See, the cars don't go straight around the track. They drift around the track.
Right.
They whip.
Have you done that?
They drift. Not on purpose, but it happens. Slick Road and Subaru. It happens, you know, a little sideways.
Ready for some questions, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
what do we got?
First one from G4 Terminal. What did the hosts study in college to be where they are now?
Aww. I didn't. I just took a couple semesters and gave up. Sorry. That'd be a lesson to you.
Way to go, Kevin.
That's right.
Anybody else?
No, I took computer science, but then I too dropped out.
Woohoo! 2 for 2.
And did the .com thing.
Are you a college grad?
I am.
Aww.
Loud and proud.
College grad.
San Francisco State, represent. Yeah, I'm a broadcasting major.
I was also a broadcasting major.
Go!
Wow.
Wow.
The minor in basket major.
Yeah, hosting the show. Right. Woo. Host. Any other questions?
That's fun. Yeah, Jedi Knight 424 says, who will release the most at E3, Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo?
Probably Microsoft, I would
Yeah,
assume.
for sure.
They've got the console this year. They're the ones that are launching it. They need to show the most. If they don't, they're in serious trouble.
What's your favorite candy, butterscotch, caramel, or chocolate? That's really a question from Sean 14200.
Chocolate, no question.
Chocolate, man.
Come on.
Who are you kidding?
I'm a caramel butterscotch kind of guy.
That's why you're weird.
That's it. That'll do it.
Thanks to our guests, Tim Miller, Jeff Fowler, and Justin Lambros.
Now, go before someone sees us together. I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea.
And neither do we.
Oh,
okay. I had my name on it, so I can write it.
Tune in, geek out, game on. It's time for E305. Boom! We've got an entire week of the biggest, baddest